Why is it that so many of us don't step into our power? Why is it that so many of us are afraid to shine? That we're afraid to invest in ourselves, to live our best life, especially as women? Let's talk about this for a minute and let's start talking about this. Let's spread these messages. So what I do know is things in our childhood shape our lives. At some point in your childhood, you fell away from love and you detoured into fear. This is what A Course in Miracles calls a mad idea. And this can be even, before you were like 2 years old, or this could be in junior high. It could even be in high school. It could be multitude of things. But think back to your childhood. Did you ever win a contest? Maybe it was a spelling bee. Maybe it was a talent competition, a cheerleading competition. Maybe you were the star on a basketball team, volleyball team. It could be a multitude of things. It could even be things as small as maybe you just had a really good family and had nice clothes and nice toys. And think back to what happened with the kids at school. Kids, they're doing the best they can and they're dealing with a lot of things at home that we aren't aware of, but they can be cruel. Let's just be real. Kids can be cruel. And so a lot of times there's stories all over the place where you might win a competition or you stand out and you shine, and maybe the kids at school were mean to you because of it. Or someone like me who just had some nice things growing up, parents making sure that their daughter had the best that she could as a child. And other kids who didn't have that were mean to me because of it. So what this does in our brains is it creates what I said, A Course in Miracles calls a mad idea. And it creates this idea that if I shine, then it's going to make other people not like me. It's going to make me stand out, and therefore I won't have friends. This is something that I think a lot of people deal with, and a lot of us don't even know where the idea came from. We just know that we have this fear of stepping into our power and becoming successful because we're afraid that it's going to make people not like us. But that's just a fucking story, guys. It's just a story that happened when you were a kid. It's not real because you are safe to be successful. You are. Now let's talk about the other thing. Why do people not invest in themselves? Why is it that people will say, I can't afford to pay $250 for that coaching call, but yeah, I'll pay $300 for a Taylor Swift concert, which is fine. This is fine. Taylor Swift's amazing and it's a great experience, right? Or you'll pay, you won't pay for this coaching, but yet you'll pay even 3 times as much money to take a vacation. Okay, yeah, the experience is amazing. Don't get me wrong. But what that boils down to is it boils down to how much do you believe that this is going to change you? How much do you believe in yourself? And I hear people say all the time, there's so much free stuff out there. Why would I pay for coaching? Well, because the free shit, you're not investing in yourself, and therefore you don't usually do the work. You don't usually do it because you don't have an investment. And the reason you're not investing in yourself is because you don't believe you're worth it. Sorry to be so blunt, but it's true. If you're going to go out and you're going to go to a vacation and you're going to pay all this money or whatever, but yet you won't invest in a mentor or a coach or a program that can help you really change your life, it's because you don't believe that you're worth it. And again, this comes from the mad idea. Something in your past has made you believe that you're not worth it. And sometimes this could be even before we have a recollection of that memory from maybe we were too young to remember, or maybe we've blocked it out. For me, this mad idea came from, and when I can't remember how old I was, maybe 8, and me and my father were going to go to a haunted house, and I was so excited to go to this haunted house with him, and I can't remember if he was sleeping still, or maybe he was getting home from work. He works swing shifts, but I just remember I was so excited, and I was like, okay, Daddy, we're ready to go, when he woke up or whatever, and he wouldn't take me. He said he was too tired, or maybe there was a ball game on. I can't remember the whole reasoning behind it, but I remember crying by the back door. And then he yelled at me because I was crying by the back door, and my dad's a great man. He was not there emotionally for me all the time. And this one mad idea took hold in my brain so much. First of all, it made me believe that people don't keep promises and people can't be trusted, especially men. The other thing that it made me believe was that I wasn't worthy for someone to keep a promise to. I didn't matter. So therefore, not only did I have the being bullied because I had some nice things when I was growing up, but it also, I felt unworthy because I had someone in my life, a caretaker, who wasn't able to keep a promise to me. So this isn't to tell anybody to blame their parents or to blame the kids at school. This is not about putting blame on people, because everyone's doing the best they can. And the reason kids at school are cruel is because they probably have a bad home life or something going on in their life, and they don't know how else to deal with it. Because we don't talk about this shit out in public. We don't get vulnerable with each other. And everything's just like hush hush and hidden. I think this is changing, and we are stepping into more vulnerability, but we still have a long way to go. So I just wanted to just kind of help you guys understand where a lot of these thoughts are coming from, and know that like you are safe to step into your power. And even if you have the fear, like courage is not like being completely fearless and not having fear. What courage is having fear, but doing it anyway. That is what courage is. That is me making these videos. Like when I first started making videos, I was scared shitless. You know, who's going to listen to me? I'm not worthy to be doing this. What do I know? People don't care. You know, if people start resonating with it, then I'm going to have friends who don't like me, and friends are going to leave, and whatever else. Has that happened? No, it hasn't happened. You know, and I'm just like, if I can just help one person by these videos, if I can just help one person understand what's going on, and maybe they can resonate with this just a little bit, then I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing, because that's just serving. You know, and a great mentor said to me once, you know, let the fear be your guide. Let the fear be your guide. So just remember that. It's all stories that we told ourselves when we detoured into fear and we detoured away from love. But it doesn't have to be like that forever. And it's never too late to change. I don't care if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, above. It doesn't matter. It's never too late. And on the last note here, I just want to talk to you guys about a book. There's a book out there she was a hospice nurse, and she did these interviews with hospice patients, and she would talk to them about what their biggest regrets were. You want to know what those biggest regrets were? Is that they didn't live on their own terms. They lived on somebody else's terms. So when you're 80 years old, what are you going to think back and remember? You know, are you going to think about those hours that you were sitting on your phone scrolling TikTok? No, you're not. You're not even going to fucking remember it. You're not going to remember it. But what you will remember is the people you served. What you will remember is the experiences that you had. So, anyway, step into your power. Don't be afraid. And don't be afraid to invest in yourself. That's all. I love you so much. Until next time.